So 14 days, my fellow tweenie boppers. 14 days until Breaking Dawn comes out. We'll finally get to find out whether Team Jacob or Team Edward wins. I mean, of course, the book is about much more than that and blah, blah, blah. But we all just ultimately want to know whether, they end up together. Edward and Bella. Because I'm completely Team Edward. But, here's my question. Hasn't she already chosen? Because, everyone's still having a little dispute. But didn't in the eclipse she already pick Edward and she did that horrible thing where she cried in his arms and she's all, oh, but I wish Jacob was the one holding me, blah, blah, blah. Didn't this already happen? Didn't we already discuss this? Isn't she already decided that she's going to end up with Jacob? Edward. Haven't we already decided she's going to end up with Edward? For crying out loud. But what else do we need? Why do we have to go through this again? But whatever. Yeah, Breaking Dawn, fourth and last book in Bella's perspective or whatever, closes up the thing or whatever. So Stephanie has been giving us these subtle hints and stringing us along, and she's like, oh, it's the ending that everyone's always wanted and blah blah blah. So I'm guessing Edward and Bella are gonna end up together, and I'm hoping Bella and Edward are gonna end up together. But the whole entire problem of the book is how this is gonna happen. So, okay. First of all, we don't want Jacob to die. Really, there's no point in Jacob dying. Of course, if we have to sacrifice one of our leads, it'll be Jacob, but I don't want Jacob to die. I'd rather him just imprint and have a nice, happy family and then be best friends forever and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, there's no point. And it'd be amazing if he imprinted in Tanya. And I know it's pretty damn irrational, but I think that's what's going to happen. Because she does keep on saying that it's going to be a whole Midsummer Night's Dream concept, slightly or whatever. I get the feeling Jacob's going to imprint on Tanya. Come on, think about it. How funny is that? Oh my god, I imprinted on a vampire. She's so hot, but she smells bad. Blah, blah, blah. It's probably going to be really hilarious if it happens. I think Jane's brother, Alec. I think Alec's power is going to be, to block other vampires' powers. I think. Edward hasn't ever mentioned it, has he? Answer me, response he has. But, I don't think he has. Okay, moving on. I think that's what Alex's power is, and everyone's like, ooh, what's Alex's power? That's my theory. I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to end up together. I just don't know how it's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be it's not going to be right next to each other. The events are not going to happen like that. I know it for, a fact, because there'd be no point in the book. It's not just going to be Edward bites Bella, no, actually, Edward and Bella get married, Edward bites Bella, the end, forever. No, it's not going to happen like that. We have to deal with the Volturi and with Jacob the Volturi, by the way. I'm pretty sure the Volturi are going to step in one of these days and be like, yo, why isn't she changed yet? In the middle of all the preparations. It's probably what all the chapters in the beginning are going to be filled with. Preparations and preparations and preparations. A whole bunch of those quotes have me really confused. But, if you look at them, because I've been discussing it on the cult, actually, if you think about it, a lot of them could be fit into the same chapter or page or whatever. But I have a little confusion going on about the Charlie quote where he says, we're up to bat. Do you think he's talking about a game that they're playing, they're actively participating? Because it'd be pretty funny, if Charlie ended up finding out about the Cullens or whatever. Did that actually happen? I have no idea. About Bella's power, I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the whole blood thing, because Stephanie was in an interview not one of these days, back when Eclipse was about to come out. She was talking in an interview how people were thinking that the whole blood thing was going to affect Bella. She's like, no, she's a completely different creature, none of that applies anymore, blah, blah, blah. There's theories going on about premonition, that because she saw these things in her dreams or whatever. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think her power is basically going to be, centered around the fact that she blocks out the mind powers, or her mind's probably going to be, super powerful or whatever. ¿Qué más? Let's think. Alice is probably going to find out, what's actually going on or whatever. That's probably going to be another chapter in there somewhere. I think the wedding will happen, but the wedding's probably gonna happen in the end. I don't know if Bella's already gonna be a vampire or what. And do you guys want her to become a vampire? Because I kind of do. Like, I really, really do. There's just no doubt in my mind anymore, and I think her mind is pretty closed around it. I mean, she never looked like the type who wanted to have kids. I don't know if she is. Correct me if I'm wrong. She never looked like the type who wanted to have kids and whatnot. And, you know, stuff. And, I don't think she wanted to have kids or whatever, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. She loves Edward. She wants him to be around forever. She'll have Jacob for a while, you know, as a friend. I don't think there's any doubt in her mind. I don't know if they're going to fake her death or something, because I don't think they are. Like, why would they go through so much trouble to say she's away or whatever? I really don't know. But for the most part, I think it's going to end up, you know, cleaning up nice and whatever. Oh, and there's this other theory that's going on with, her not being able to become a vampire. My only question is, how the hell could that happen? I mean, I'd understand Edward not being able to turn her because of the self-control issue, because he already took venom out of her, yada yada. I understand that, but her not being able to become a vampire, aw, come on. And then there's another one that says, that she'll be able to reverse vampirism. It's not like pneumonia or something. You can't reverse it. I mean, I know she's gotten into the whole supernatural world, but I doubt something like that exists. Or, you know, Carla would have told her about it, or Edward, for that matter. Edward would have probably been the one most interested, and Rosalie. It'd be funny if Rosalie and Edward ended up together, but I don't think it would ever happen either. Oh, there's definitely going to be a full-on war between the vampires and the werewolves. Definitely. There's no doubt in my mind. Because Jacob already broke the treaty, and Edward's about to break the treaty. So, you know, there's definitely going to be a full-on war. Hopefully, Edward and Jacob don't have to battle it out. I mean, I'm Team Edward, but not to that extent. I don't want Jacob dead. So, yeah, no Jacob dying. I don't know if one of the Rocheri are going to die. I mean, definitely Tanya has to come down. See, that's why I think there's going to be a war, because, you know, the clan from Antarctica, Alaska, the clan from Alaska has to come down and whatnot. Or if not, they're going to have to fight the Rocheri, because the Rocheri will be somewhere along the lines of, oh, either she comes with us or we kill her. Because she's going to be like super vampire or whatever, which is a really ironic contrast to the pretty weak human she was. There's another theory also that says that she'll be able to cause bad things to happen to other people because of her bad luck, and she's kind of like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I really hope that's not gonna happen. Besides, I don't think she'd be able to do that. I don't think she'd want to do that. So, about it. That kind of wraps it up on my theories and such. Probably got tons more, but I don't even want to say them out loud because some of them are just so far-fetched. But, yeah. Questions? Comments? Hit me up on YouTube.